Anyway, that guy, piece of shit.
Man, that guy was trash.
Yeah, so glad that's not happening anymore.
All right, we on? All right, welcome everybody. We are the Initiative Syndicate. Actually getting started at the 7:15 time, like we said that we were going to start getting started by. I'm impressed with myself for making it here on time. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause. We're going to hope to start making this the regularly scheduled time. We will be taking our break between 9:15 and 9:30.
What?
Okay, so right around the almost 2 hour-ish mark.
9:15?
No, 8:45.
Perfect.
Is that better?
Yeah.
8:45.
That's when it's
It's around
scheduled
there.
bathroom.
So like between 8:30 and 8:45.
Yeah, at that time, I've got 3 beers down. I got to pee. So.
All right,
perfect.
so we're going to do recap from last week's session, and then we're going to try to get into it. I'm going to try and get these recaps down under a couple of minutes so we can have more time for playing. So you guys were traveling the road. You guys have made it to the Roadhouse. You guys have found that the cultists have dropped off their cargo here. There's a little bit of strange stuff going on here with the orc who runs the establishment.
Shady bitch.
Sketchy.
And he's basically shady. I think that's where you guys are at now. You guys are getting ready to rest for the evening. Did you guys rest?
I think we were.
We just got to the room and we were getting ourselves situated.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
just
didn't
got to a
rest.
room to rest.
We were going to start some subterfuge.
Yeah, I
though.
think.
There was some gas passed through a hole in the wall.
I think,
Yep, that happened.
I think Otis was at the glory hole, passing gas through it.
Yep. It's I cast toxic stinking cloud.
Poisonous cloud.
The best part is he doesn't have that spell. He just thinks it's what he's casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
As far as Otis knows, he has that spell.
Poison spray.
he just has a gluten allergy in it.
I told you guys I was lactose intolerant.
Just had that spell since birth. Innate casting.
Okay, so you guys may discuss amongst yourselves what you want to discuss, because I didn't really give you guys much opportunity to do that before we ended.
I was gonna say we shared information. I let everybody know about all the things and the red paint and etc. etc. Dragon. Rar. What was it called?
Yeah, you come back and tell us about the scabbard and the red paint on his fingernails and on his smock.
I had no context of what the scabbard meant, but you guys then elaborated as to you've seen that before. Other cultists.
Okay. So, you guys have shared information. Is there anything else that you guys wish to accomplish before you rest for the evening?
I'm about to say we're rested where we rested because it was like 3 days or so before we got here, so we had rested since the owlbear incident.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
You guys planning
full.
on doing some snooping?
I think
We
that's
were,
what the
yes.
plan was.
I mean, you know our group.
We
You guys
were
are pretty
planning.
snoopy without
Snoopy,
without
who likes to
legit
talk to
100%
everybody,
robe.
Pyro.
I think it's funny. You guys have a half robe.
I have half room.
Yeah.
So I think the plan was
Klepto and Pyro.
That's the
Otis-
best combo.
It's the best
Otis
combo.
was going to go and distract Bogluck as he does and like
He's
get
a
him
dual
drunk
threat.
and do some drinking. And Fig was going to check the boxes and do all the stuff. I don't remember what everyone else was doing.
Yeah,
I don't think we had a plan for everyone else yet.
I think I needed somebody to have a look out because Fig's not good with that.
Where are you gonna be?
Checking out one of the crates just to see what's inside it. Not necessarily to steal something, maybe.
I think the whole
what's in
time-
it, but
I make no
Don't
guarantees.
bullshit
make no
us.
guarantees.
I think I'm gonna go with Fig, but the whole time like whispering, like what's like my inner battle between me and my brother. Like I'm just talking to him and he's like ignoring me while he's doing it. As I'm trying to reconnect with my religion and I was having bad thoughts and all that, but I think I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm telling Fig, I'm like, you know what? Here's the way I see it. I was like, now I have a purpose. Now my brothers just give me something, a purpose, and I'm like, now I have a bad guy that I have to take care of. It's like I'm the good, he's the bad. Good versus evil, and the whole time you're just like ignoring me.
He's like crawling on his hands and knees with like his thief's tool in his mouth.
I like takes him out and says, "What'd you say?"
You're like nodding.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm not needed for any other part of this plan, I'll probably go with them and try to use various things to try and like assist, like I did with the minor illusion to sort of give you some cover before and that sort of thing.
Now, on a silent spell, can you like just cast that on an area where you're at, and can you hear?
Yeah.
You just can't hear. Can you hear anybody that's within that, or everybody that speaks is anything verbal is
Anything that's in the zone of silence is silent.
okay?
Yeah.
What about outside of it? Like, can you hear the
So,
outside if you're
I'm-
outside?
I don't think so.
I don't
There's
think
no
so.
sound travels through it.
So
Yeah.
is it just voice or just like any
Anything.
noises?
Any noise.
Anything.
I request
So I'm
the
going
code
to
of silence.
prepare that.
Okay.
That way, when we're together, I'm gonna do it. But I'm still talking to him. But all he sees is my lips moving. when I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, no sound can be created within or pass through it. You can make it up to a 20-foot radius sphere.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast silence for it. How long does it last for? Is
Up
it
to 10
10
minutes.
There we go.
Concentration. Creature,
So-
while entirely silent, is a deafened condition. And it's impossible to cast a spell with a verbal component inside.
So at this point, I would also highlight, since stealth is not my character's strong suit.
Not in that armor.
It's
Correct.
not mine either. So, but it's nice to have the silence spell.
Right.
So
Right. So I will volunteer to stay in the room and like kind of watch out, make sure nobody comes into the room, messes with any of our stuff, and I'll be available if should the need arise.
So let me envision, I guess, the layout of this warehouse a bit better and where these crates are. Are they like in a big open room, or
So all of the crates were dropped on the first floor where you guys first came in, and the way that this area is kind of described is I'm gonna actually put up a map here in a second,
okay?
so you guys can see it a little bit better. So let me make sure that I pop this up in the D&D Beyond maps.
I thought when you said no devices, like I didn't even bring my laptop or my tablet.
Oops.
Oh shit. There's
Oh no, you
oversight.
can have your tablet for your character sheet.
It's just Aaron can't.
Oh,
Yes.
Aaron's
Aaron.
grounded.
Here's
I didn't
grounded.
do shit.
What's
I
that
thought,
tablet doing
I
there?
thought it was everybody. That's why I quit bringing my.
Sorry.
It was
that checks
it's more of like if you're not using it to do something with the game.
Yeah, more distractions.
Then
It's fine.
I don't.
I get back to basics.
then
on the
then we
paper.
get angry.
That's nice.
Can you draw it? We're gonna talk word.
I mean, I probably could, but I'm not gonna.
That's fine. I can peek off figgies, figgy pudding.
Well, also, I would like to stay behind to talk to our hero.
So you come with
Who's
us.
You.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be here
Fiora.
for the day.
Nice.
Fiora
I'm
Nakamura.
gonna sort of be off to the side and assist if need be, because I can minor illusion. Because Fig's not very big; he's only like 5 feet tall, and I can minor illusion about a 5-foot area. So, like, if you
See like ears
over by the
perking out
crate,
of
I
a barrel.
Can, yeah, basically.
Oh, this is so nice.
Hopefully with the silence.
Map
it'll-
things is really nice because like Roll20, I have to like drag the map physically into the thing and
Uh-huh,
upload it. Well, if it's supported, I just click on the little thing and it's like, which thing you want to go into? The
It's-
Tyranny of Dragons.
it's pretty
Here's all the
nice.
maps that are in the Tyranny of Dragons book.
Are we mapping right now?
I'm gonna give you guys a map to kind of see where you're at.
Fig can make himself or anybody else go invisible,
What do you think about that?
but not when in the silent spell because it takes a verbal
It tastes
component.
a lot like Bud Light Lime.
You could do it before
Very
you go
long.
in, and
Yeah.
I'm more there as
They
a
need to
backup
have
in
one
case
step.
something
They
goes
need
horribly
to cut
wrong.
back a
Speaking
little
of
Okay, I am not going
bit. A
to
hint is good.
black out a lot of this map. Only the rooms that you guys have not like
Been.
physically been in or seen. And there aren't a lot. In fact, I'm actually not going to block out any of it. There's no real point.
Still waiting for the DM to start the session.
Starting the session.
Impatient.
I can fix it.
Did the transition not work?
No, it doesn't. I just.
You're putting it up
I
there?
haven't logged in yet for it. So. Un momento.
Un momento, por favor.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Okay, so the floor that you guys came in on, I'm gonna actually ping this for you guys. You guys came in on the level 1, which is here.
Left side.
Ping, 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 ping.
I saw the penny. I can see his.
Yeah. There we go. It's just
These over here, these are the double doors that you guys came into, right?
Okay.
This is where your guys' wagon came in. All of the crates were unloaded in this area over here.
Okay.
Okay. The arrows are accurate for what direction the stairs go. It's kind of like a loft, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a balcony. The rooms sort of look out over top. That's why when you look on the second level, you can actually see the wagon, like the little cart and the little barrels and stuff. So it's kind of the whole. It's like a balcony above. The rooms are all on the upper level, which is like a balcony.
To make us less suspicious while we're walking around, even towards it, so if anybody sees us, I'm going to have my my book of prayer out.
Okay.
And my emblem of Lathander out. And I'm going to go around look like I'm blessing the place. Like, going from corner to corner, like I'm giving a blessing of, while I'm with Fig, and make it look like we're just going around and, all right, little blessing, little prayer of protection, in case anybody thinks that we look suspicious. Just
So,
Somebody upstairs.
so I want to do a thing right now. I want to sleight of hand something retroactively for Crispin. How would I know if I have succeeded? Can we make contesting throws? I don't. It would probably be we were just traveling for.
I want to know
while.
exactly what you're trying to do
So
before I tell you that it's okay.
yeah, so I want to. The Book of Prayer is going to be like a piece of tape and just say the Book of Frog Jesus on there or
Yeah,
something.
he literally just said something
Yeah.
exactly like that.
I would
we know.
say,
we work together.
We've played together for like.
I
5
would
years.
say that you
And
probably could
it's
have very
Vetus,
easily did that
it's
when he was
pronounced
unconscious.
Vetus.
That's true.
He's been
Honestly.
unconscious
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could have easily done that with the
when he was
owlbear
waking
one.
up with the owl bear.
Yeah.
I feel like through the whole travels, like he's done that. He's drawn little pictures of like Frog Jesus with the halo above him in my book. I'm like, I've just gotten used to like. Now it's like there's more stuff in there. I'm like,
It would almost be unexpected. Like if you had a clean page, that would be weird.
Is he sick? I don't know what he's doing.
like I've gotten used to some of it, and then
pages stuck
like
together?
the one page where I was like I happened to flip through, like it was like earmarked, and I'm like, okay, maybe I had this marked for a reason for a prayer, and I turned there, and it's like a crudely drawn owlbear like gnawing on my leg, and like you can't even tell nothing, something that's just not legible. That he wrote like a little prayer underneath it, but like he can't spell everything's like he's got dyslexia and everything else, and it's like, what the fuck did he just?
Well, it's probably written out as ribbit, 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 ribbit.
So, which one of these rooms was your guys' room? We didn't really specify.
We
so
didn't. We didn't pick.
I thought it was
A larger room, top floor, and it was next to the cultists.
it was
A shared
towards a
wall.
corner, I
Okay,
think.
so go over to level 2 and you pick where you want because it genuinely doesn't matter.
The one with the table.
We had it was a
Sure.
room that abutted against one of the cultists. So
Yeah.
I would say somewhere.
I think the circle
probably right
table.
in there. Oh, is this it?
That
So, yeah,
corner
I
is
would
They were
say
thinking
one
that
of
one.
those.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
I have put you guys in that room.
Good job.
I put you guys right here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Take
We'll say that the
erase.
cultists are occupying this room and this room.
Okay.
I think there's a way you can make the size of the eraser bigger.
Well, I'm just,
You can also, I think, just undo all the drawings.
plugging away here.
Is there?
I'll get there.
Yeah. If you hit the trash button, it just destroys all the drawings.
Is it trash? I think you only have the trash button.
Well, I just cleared them out.
We don't have that kind of power here.
Yeah, go ahead and try again. Yay, I'm drawing.
Oh,
Look at
there's
me
my
making drawing things. Woo! And then I go, no. And then they're all gone.
Yeah, well, I don't think we have that button.
It's because this way you guys don't accidentally delete all the drawings that I put on there.
That's
That may or may not be
yeah.
important.
Yeah, like that makes sense.
That way, if there's like
But
penises drawn on there, you
when
can-
somebody, I won't mention any names, draws wieners on the board
You mean like that?
like that, I just go, now it's gone. Look at that.
Yeah.
I can't get it.
What do you mean you can't get
I
it?
think
It's not working. So.
I think Froggy just drew that.
I
Really?
don't
Yeah.
On OBS? Oh, you're doing stream.
Okay.
Stream. That's weird. Okay, that is a lot closer to where more people can see than I expect. So I think the only way we'd be able to pull this off is if Fig is invisible and the silent spell is there.
Where is Bogluck currently?
He was on the lower floor. No, you're not sure.
Okay.
So I think if you walk next to me, and when you finally get to the crates, like just slightly move something so I know where you're at, and then I'll put the silent spell there, and then I'll just walk around it, on the outskirts of it. That way, people can hear me giving the prayers, but you're all silenced up.
I'm gonna go down.
Do you want me to put it in Discord?
Okay. It just, for some reason, it wasn't.
Let me go ahead and mark that spell. That way I don't forget.
I mean, there's nothing really hidden
I
on
mean,
this
that'd
map.
be
I
great.
can put
It's all good.
just
Okay.
just the browser up there.
Yeah, we're good.
Ooh, nice level 2 spell gone.
The little stall-looking things, are those for like animals, for horses and the like?
In the lower part, yes.
Then
That's, if you zoom in, you can actually see the straw.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I'll ritual cast speak with animals, and then I'll just go along, making sure all the animals are taken care of, and talking to them, and making sure they're all fed and everything. I'm actually keeping an eye on.
here, just mind flayers and intellect devourers.
I've got the colonel when I'm doing blessings. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Looks like
That definitely won't draw attention.
Totally normal.
The colonel looks unamused.
But I'm just gonna be down there and keeping an eye out.
It's like a cat if
For
you give it
them
too
in
much
case they need
attention,
an assist.
just-
Well, go ahead and put yourself where you want to be. And where is the rest of the team?
Well, I'm gonna be downstairs looking for Bogluck to be the distractor and talk with him and get him to drink and do the normal Otis thing.
Okay.
We're hanging out in the room.
Just you two are in the room?
Yep.
Everybody else left?
Fig use the invisibility spell on himself.
So I guess I would have gone down the stairs here.
and I'm with Vig. And when he gets to a certain by the crates, well, I guess I can cast silence before you get to the crates and put it near where the crates are. I put the silence spell there, and I'm just walking around that general area, acting like I'm
General
reading
area?
He needs to go.
reading my psalms and just.
He's gonna go steal a hammer. Can he go find a hammer somewhere? He's invisible right
I
now.
feel
so
like
he's
near the
gonna-
crates you would see a crowbar or a hammer.
He has a
nearby.
crowbar, but he
I would
needs a
say
hammer.
there's tools here.
Yeah, I figured since we were kind of like
This is a place where they're doing like and storing construction
Yeah.
materials.
escort.
I'd say
escorting
it's
construction
reasonable
people,
to assume
so
there would be some tools here.
he doesn't care who's hammered, so he just takes it. Yeah. So then, at that point, he's probably just gonna move downstairs.
Is there anyone in the downstairs? What are they doing?
No. You don't see
Currently?
anybody but the animals. It's kind of like it's later in the evening. Like I would say it's past like what would be normal dinner time, so maybe 9 or 10 in the evening to give you an actual hour to it. Most everyone else is either in area 8, which you guys can't see. That's going to be the kitchen, which is upstairs.
Okay.
So that's kind of over here where all these tables are. Right here.
Got it. Okay.
So this area in here is like the kitchen area. There's a bunch of tables. It's kind of like a mess hall. That's where everybody kind of gathers to eat. These areas here, all along the edge, these are the stables. Okay? These are more stables here. These are the rooms up above. This is like the walkway path here.
Now, would it look suspicious that none of us are in the common area?
We've been eating.
No, I mean
Keeping
you've
to
seen some other
ourselves.
people that have come out of the rooms. and
Okay.
They're kind of walking around.
Everybody's just
You've
kinda
seen
doing
a
their
couple
own
people
thing.
who are. They've gone outside. They're kind of like having a nice little pipe smoke. Just,
So it's not like everybody.
no,
is in
it's
the
not like
common
everybody
area.
has to go to bed or
Okay.
anything like that. It's just that most people are winding down. They're not up wandering around
Okay.
Plus, we've been eating separately because someone
Yeah.
tried to poison us.
twice.
Twice. Okay, I think then Fig's going to bump Crispin for the silence spell.
And the silence spell's on.
Okay.
Okay.
This-
How long does this
It's a
spell
10-minute
last? 10
spell.
minutes. Okay.
10 minutes, so.
Does something like whisper work within? Like if someone whispered to you, could you hear?
No
Nope.
sound passes.
It'd
through.
have to be like telepathy or something.
But
Like message.
isn't message like telepathy though?
No, it's not quite.
I think it's still sound.
It's still sound. It's because you're literally just whispering it but it's only a whisper that you can hear. But it's still like describes it as
A whisper.
yeah.
Audible.
So audible,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Good to know. We'll just throw something at you.
Yeah.
Well, he's invisible.
We'll throw something somewhere.
Somewhere.
In the general vicinity.
Accidentally hit him in the back of the head without even realizing it.
Hit the
Um,
colonel. Colonel shit's
Okay.
everywhere.
Then I guess Fig's going to look for one of the crates with the symbol marked on it.
Okay.
I also left Omen with the guys in the room, telling them, if my bird freaks out, we need help.
Yeah.
She can't talk, but I'll know.
So you are able to find some of the crates, but it looks like the number of crates has decreased
Okay.
since the last time that you saw them. Not that you had an exact count, but it looks like there are less of them.
Okay, Fig's current goal is just to open it up, see what's inside, and then close it.
Okay. These are pretty sealed up.
Okay.
He's gonna burn it.
Don't give him ideas.
I'll do the trick.
Let's see.
I'll be like, it doesn't silence flames. I'm like yelling, it doesn't silence flames. And he's like,
They'll never know.
I just see one thumb come up.
On
With a
fire.
little fire at the end of it, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said use flames? I can't hear you.
To clarify message while we're figuring this out, yeah. If it's 1 foot of stone, metal, or wood, or magical silence, it will block the spell.
Which spell?
Message.
Message.
So
Got it. Got it.
you can send it through walls.
Okay.
Thick.
All right. How? He's gonna try, I guess, with the crowbar.
it'd be a strength.
Strength. Okay.
Crowbar
Gives you advantage because he's gonna need it with a -1.
Are you proficient with crowbars?
I don't think you.
It's
hold
not
on.
really, I don't think.
I don't think it's like a
thing.
real.
It's under a list of some of the
tool.
tools, but it's in a set of tools.
It's let's see.
So is it carpenter tools or?
It's actually just described as a crowbar here,
Okay.
like as its own tool. Its description is using a crowbar.
So
gives
what
you,
is your experience with crowbars? I'm gonna steal something from Daggerheart here.
Fair enough. I feel like he's used them every now and then.
So you feel as though you probably used this to break into things before in the
Probably
past?
before, although I don't know if it's something this.
Then I'm gonna
secure.
allow you to add your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay, that's helpful. Okay, well.
But it'll cost you 1 hope point. No, I'm just
All right. Well, there we go.
Do you need guidance?
9 more.
I mean,
it's like I might have before I rolled.
Maybe.
I would feel like
I don't think you can cast guidance because it's a concentration spell.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
silence
sorry,
is
got
on.
Somebody
I mean,
else-
you can, but
Never
the
mind.
concentration
Never mind.
on the silence. would
Somebody
cost.
else would have had to
Good
do
luck.
Shoot.
What was that?
it.
It doesn't have to be
It
before
was
He
you
comes
get
up and
into
pats you on the back.
Mhm.
Hey, good luck with that, buddy.
Big slam.
all the music stops.
So how'd you do?
Okay, not great.
Okay.
He gets a 7. Sorry, a 9.
Okay.
Because of the proficiency bonus.
Right. Plus your strength.
Well, it's minus plus the proficiency bonus. So it's a 7 plus 2. 49.
Yeah,
It's better than the nat 1 I rolled
pretty,
on the other dice.
pretty
though.
sealed up. They did a
Um,
really good job
He's like,
of really putting a lot of nails in this thing.
he's literally like, you guys can't see this, but I feel I can imagine you just see this floating crowbar. It's just
Who left that there?
it drops to the ground because he's like exhausted. You don't hear anything because of the silent spell. Oh. And then he walks out of it. It's too heavy. It's too strong. They sealed it too good.
Can't hear any of that.
No, he walked out of the silent spell. So that.
Oh.
So he went up to Crispin. So he's still invisible. So you just hear him say that. It's
Is
gonna,
there
have,
any?
to,
Is,
it's
is,
gonna have to be you.
is there anybody else in there around?
Not that you can see. You can make a perception check to see if you notice anyone now.
All right, let's roll.
Have I found Bogluck yet?
Where are you looking?
Well, I wouldn't. I would have. The plan was I was gonna go downstairs and distract him while
Oh,
this was
sweet.
going on.
He wasn't currently downstairs.
You got.
One of my
It depends. Where are you?
proficiencies.
So, when they went downstairs, I would have gone downstairs as well, and
Okay.
I'd be looking around downstairs or going out the doors and just trying to find wherever he is.
So unless you want to start knocking on doors randomly, you're not sure where he's at.
Okay.
There's only one door in here that's not really a stall though, and then there's a double door that leads into the stables.
one door that's not a stall.
On the first floor.
Into the room.
He's
on the
100%
lower.
stalls.
Yeah.
He's an orc.
He's a druid.
Yeah, he'd probably go in that room. Just like acting like he owns the place.
What?
He just walks around asking, beer?
Thirsty?
I heard that son of a bitch bull's cock could drink.
Let me see here. I think I may have misspoken. See, this looks an awful lot like a stable. But they're saying that that's someone's room? I don't think that's right.
Yeah, those do look a lot of stables. So I thought they were.
You open the door, it's like
Got
from
like
Baldur's Gate.
Let's see, that area there
The ogre and
is.
the bugbear going at it. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
So Otis, that door is actually it's unlocked, so you don't have any difficulty of opening up the door. Unfortunately, it's a mimic. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't check.
and we never heard from Otis.
I'm gonna get you again. You know that, right? I'm gonna get you.
Motherfucker.
You see that there are several supplies in here that look like they probably would do better to not be exposed to the weather that are stored in here. It's things that need to remain dry, like pieces of rope and like hemp, canvas, and things like that.
Okay. Is that the same stuff for the things in this back room?
That room is locked.
Locked?
Yep.
I'd like to knock on the door.
There is no response.
Okay. Can I go outside, like the way we came in? Assuming. God damn it. Fucking shit. Okay. Okay. I'm assuming it's this way. And just go
That's
outside.
unlocked. You
That's
can go outside
unlocked?
if you want.
Yeah. I'll go out there and just look around.
Okay.
See if I can find the people.
Okay. I'll let you do that for a little bit. Fiora, the animals tonight seem to be a little bit spooked. They seem to be a little bit on edge. You're not sure if this is normal behavior for the animals since you've never been here. But a lot of them are kind of telling you that they feel a little bit unsure about. They said that there's something sort of. They can like feel it. They can smell it. There's something
Something.
bad here.
Something wrong, something bad.
Yep.
Okay. So while I've got Crispin and I think Fig came over because
Yeah, you hear him. He's
Yeah.
talking to Crispin.
I'll sort of quietly relay that under my breath, kind of looking around to make sure there's no one else coming in.
Mhm.
And then I'll locate Fig by his voice, and sort of like grab him and cast guidance.
I think Crispin's going to be trying it next because he's not strong. I don't think Fig's strong enough to open this.
So I rolled a 15 on my perception because I wanted to look around before I walk towards the boxes.
So you don't see any of the, I would say like the Teamsters. None of the other. You see a couple of the. You catch a glimpse of a couple people who are coming out of the stable area, and it looks like they're basically making a beeline straight for the upstairs. Because the stables go into the the southern area of this map. So they come out of these. They came out of these doors down here. But they're immediately going up the steps. They might have been going in to check on their animals or, you know.
So I'm gonna whisper to Fig, go get the crowbar set into where you want it, and then I'll make my way over there.
Achoo!
And that's all I'll be like. I'll just be doing the like, and then I'm just gonna grab the crowbar and be like, just jam down on it.
Oh no! I tripped and fell.
Yeah,
Oh no! I fell again.
that or I'm gonna just like, and then we'll grab the mace and just like pound the end of it.
And when I realize that's what you're doing, I'll guidance you instead.
Keep in mind, we have to put this crate back together. Don't destroy it.
No, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
hit the crow.
I know.
So yeah, I'm gonna send him over there to get the crowbar set in there, and then I'll come over there, act like I'm going through my motions, and then grab it, make when nobody's looking, just jerk down on it, and just see if I can pop him, and then I'm just gonna walk away.
And we'll resolve that in a second.
Okay.
Lemmy,
Uh-oh.
you hear I would say a gentle sort of tapping
It's the crowbar.
on the outside of the door to your room.
The door?
Mhm.
Does our door have a peephole?
No.
Okay. I will kind of look at. I'll look at fella here.
I mean, Fella Dark hears it too.
Yeah, but I'll look at fella and I will simply just like give him like a nod of like, hey, be on guard. Just like the sup. And I will crack the door. Did the knock seem aggressive?
Make a perception check.
God, I'm so smart. This game's so easy. Damn it.
This game's so
7.
easy, that one.
I mean, hard to say.
Actually, 9.
It was loud, but it wasn't like someone was pounding on the door.
Where about on the door did it sound like they were pounding? Like, did
Right in
they
the
seem
middle.
like a tall fella? Like all the way up
They
at the
seemed
top?
of average height, I
Okay.
guess.
Hey, you never know.
With a 7,
Items.
you don't know. The door got knocked on. You're not sure.
Okay. I'll like crack open the door and just like stick one eyeball.
You look and you don't see anyone there, but you do see that there is a folded piece of paper down at the bottom of the is partially tucked under the door.
I will kind of open the door just enough to get my leg around it and like stomp on it and just drag it into the room and close the door.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna pick it up.
Okay.
I'm just trying to do this kind of stealthily.
Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Check yes or very yes.
It's from Bob Luck.
Okay.
I knew you were the one casting those message spells.
I missed you.
He was looking for the tiefling. Went to the wrong room.
So once I close the door and everything's all secure, I'll pick it up.
Okay. So you pick it up.
Yeah. Does it feel magical? Does it hurt me?
I mean, it feels like a piece of paper.
Cool. Just making sure. Okay. What does it
Is it
read?
a bomb?
It says, "Hey, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Frog Jesus?" I'm just kidding.
That would have been a pretty good setup.
That is so good.
That would've been a pretty good setup. That's pretty funny.
I can't give myself inspiration, but I really want to give myself inspiration.
If it makes you feel better, you can give it to me. For
No,
the
you already chewed
originator
hard
of this
enough.
ideal.
You're good.
I generally don't use them in combat, though. It's
I know, because you
stupid
shoot hard
checks.
enough. Okay, so this note says, "Hey, you son of a bitch. I know you're the reason that a lot of my friends are dead, and when I catch you by yourself, you're gonna be dead too."
Did it say my name on it necessarily?
It did not have your name.
This is for you.
You're soaking a showing.
Wow.
All right.
My hero. Allow me to swoon over here.
The message was for you. All right. So I'm gonna read the message.
Says the
and-
same thing.
Yeah. I can't imagine what this would be in reference to, so I'm just we have that little table in the room. I think we picked it, so I'm just gonna place it on the table.
It's probably for Otis.
Yeah.
We should just sit there.
Probably
like
for
parents
Fig when he
waiting
burned
for
down
the
that
kid to
house.
like 2 or 3
I think the only one who hasn't pissed anyone off in the whole game so far is Fiora and
Probably.
Feldar.
Probably.
I think that's it.
Who am I pissed off?
Yeah, who did I piss off?
Yeah. Who did I
The
piss off?
cultists.
No,
You got half their team murdered.
The dwarf did. Yeah, I didn't.
It
do
was
shit.
your fault though. Was it
My
not?
guess
I
would be you
mean,
said something
Did I get
inappropriate
cut?
to the owlbear because he did try to murder you.
Were you trying to seduce the Albert?
I had some, frustrations from the twins.
okay. So
So yeah, I'm just gonna
Had
hang
my
that on the
Velcro
table,
gloves ready
and
to go.
I'm just gonna mention I have no idea what this is in regards to.
okay.
So you're saying you never killed anybody?
That's correct.
Wow.
You gotta follow it up with some cold shit like they wouldn't have been able to write a note because they're dead.
They never found the bodies.
They never found the
I was
body.
expecting to be like,
When I kill a
did
man,
you see this language?
I kill all of them.
It's a giant.
What hack job is this? You left survivors?
I've never killed anyone that didn't deserve it.
Good to know. Good to know.
One time I stabbed a man just to watch him bleed.
So, I guess I'll
I
take.
cut his heart out with a spoon because it hurts more.
And it was a rusty spoon, so he had gangrene.
You know what could happen so fast. I'll kind of like be unsettled by the fact he hasn't killed anybody, but not in a bad way.
What are you talking about? He hasn't killed anybody. He said he hasn't killed anybody that didn't deserve it.
Damn, that was cold.
He didn't murder anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No murder.
You should say, have you murdered anyone?
No
And then the answer would be no.
murder.
He unlifed some people.
Yeah. Some
They had it
people
coming.
are unalive.
Some people reached 0 HP.
Okay,
And an owlbear
And an owlbear.
reached 0 HP.
Mm-hmm.
so I'll kind of. I think I know what they're talking about as far as killed a whole bunch of their family. You son of a bitch. It might be about me.
He goes on second thought. Maybe they are talking
My
about it.
mother was a lovely woman, so it just can't be me.
So I will kind of cower a little bit. I'll let it leave me a little unsettled.
Okay. Very well. We'll go back to the crowbar.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Perfect.
Strength roll.
I would have given you an
Strength
advantage when I
roll.
realized what you were doing.
Do what?
Or I would have given you guidance once I would
Okay.
realized what you're doing.
You get advantage because the crowbar gives you advantage on strength checks.
Nice.
Wow.
Now, have you ever used a crowbar in
No.
your... Okay,
Yeah.
so no
I
proficiency bonus for you.
Didn't figure. Well, the 4 is good.
Well, you still get advantage.
You have
right?
advantage.
Oh, I have advantage.
You just don't get
strong
proficiency.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, I rolled a 1 on my first roll too.
We need new fucking dice.
And you're dead.
Chops off your arm.
Jesus, that's not even better.
I mean,
I love it
could
when
be.
the
It's
smart guy
14.
and the other smart
'Cause of
guy
strength.
Oh,
have to
okay,
do
yeah.
strength stuff.
Okay, 14.
Makes my day.
It's better than my 9.
Pretty good. Did you roll your guidance in there too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had to.
Okay. He's like, I needed it.
You did.
And it was a
Would have been
4.
a 10 without
Dice
it.
are ass tonight. Maybe because we didn't roll much last session.
Did
Yeah,
you
I guess
make
so.
Probably.
It's because we didn't.
You didn't warm him up last
Just
time.
roll a 1 and a 2.
So with a 14, you are able to get enough pressure and enough weight and leverage to pop open the top of the crate. However, you damage the crate. You don't pop the lid all the way off. You're able to kind of look inside, but there is now a big chunk of wood that kind of comes out the top.
Good job.
I'm like, I look at Fig and I'm like,
It's Abbott and Costello.
Light it on fire. Does anyone have 1910 silent release.
It's not a Warlock.
I'm just gonna
cantrip.
walk out and walk away. I'm like, I pick up the little piece of sliver of like wood that come off him, and I'm like,
Does anybody have?
You
major-
look inside the crate to just what you can see, obviously. It looks like it's stacked with gems and gold.
I feel at this point I'm like, I see all, I see this, and I'm sure Fig does because he's right there. I'm just gonna look at him, and I'm like, I turn my back and walk away because I know what he's gonna do. But I'm like, I'm just saying it, but he can't hear me. I'm like, just remember to save half for the church. But he can't hear me, so I say that and walk away.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm looking through my stuff to see if I had. So while he's inspecting, I'm going to take.
Find me.
I think I have some.
I have a needle. Mend anything needle.
That's way better than my idea.
Okay, I think I had a candle, and I was just going to melt some of the wax to put on there to kind of.
I have a mend everything needle.
Oh, okay.
Could try
It is kind of fun watching you struggle, though.
Yeah. So I'm just over there now. I'm just taking while he's looking at the stuff, I've got the piece of wood, and I'm taking like the end of a candle, and I'm like rubbing it back and forth, and then I'm hoping like it melt, friction a little bit. I'm like, and I'm putting it on there, and I'm like,
One of the animals in the barn is like, you see this horse going, what's he doing?
I'd like to know that myself. I'm looking around and keeping watch because this is not exactly subtle.
And it's a green candle.
At least it's quiet.
It's quiet, but
I look like Chris Farley over there. What?
Is that how you use candles?
that is an unconventional use of candles.
I saw my master use one when he went out to the outhouse to... I don't know what to do out there either, but it smelled afterwards.
Then I've got my flint and stuff. I'm like trying to heat up the wax.
Generally, anything my little group does, that it's weird. We're all weird.
Is he building a fire?
He's trying to fix something he broke
Oh.
unsuccessfully.
Why was he getting in that box over there? It wasn't his, was it?
Ask him if he's seen any glue.
You can't ask a horse that.
That feels highly inappropriate to ask a horse that.
It feels.
Out of a
This Fig wouldn't know where glue
does
comes
the
from.
Does the horse say nay?
He assumes it's coming like a tree or something. I don't
So
know.
you just see like this mess now of just like wax that's dried. Some of it's half melted, like parts of like where he's trying to start a fire with it. It's like all over, and like now it's scorched a little bit around the wax, and he's like,
So, in response to the horse's question, well, they were worried there was something dangerous in there. I guess it's okay now. I don't know what's in there. They haven't told me.
Probably not flammable.
so
Hopefully.
Who's your master?
He was one of them tall fellas. I think he's a giant.
Oh, okay. I haven't met many of those folk.
He doesn't have a lot of hair, but I like him. He gives me lots of apples.
Sounds like a good master then.
Yeah. I've been with him since I was a wee little. He tried to ride me, but he was way too big.
Oh, is your back doing all right?
Well, we ride now, but not when I was a wee little.
Ah, okay.
He was like 6.5 feet tall.
I'm like half like answering these questions while I'm trying to keep an eye out.
He just keeps
making sure.
rambling on about his most likely Goliath master.
Yeah. Having established this is probably not Gulk's horse. Yeah, I'm just sort of looking around, keeping an eye out just in case, because, yeah. Having Costello over there.
so we keep going, and then while he's looking, I'm pointing at this. I'm like trying to mimic that we're just gonna push it against the wall. That way it holds the door that we just. I'm like,
Get a tarp.
Put another crate on top of where the wood.
we just bury it
cover
around
it
the
over.
cards. We turn it, and we turn it all the way back to where it was.
You see like the turn marks on the ground.
Now there's scuff marks. We're just making it worse.
I think Fig to try and find Otis. See if he has anything to help.
Yeah, if I didn't see anyone outside, I would have come back inside and probably started being more annoying.
There's other guys out there.
Not
There's about 4 or 5. They've actually set like a small little fire, and they're just all sitting around having a couple of drinks and sharing some pipe weed and smoking, blowing smoke rings, and they're just relaxing.
Okay.
One guy's out there playing a flute.
So none of them are cultists that I know of.
Not that you recognize. They all look just. Most of them look like they're teamsters. Like they're just enjoying a little bit of reprieve before having to get up tomorrow and do it all over again.
Okay. Yeah, I'd head back inside then and see if I can figure out where the hell they went.
Yeah, and then he sees you walk in. He's like, Otis, we fucked up.
You walk out of the silence.
Yeah.
What y'all doing? That looks.
Also, he's invisible, by the way. You can't see him.
Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
From Jesus?
I'm invisible.
Is that you?
It's Fig.
Fig Jesus? Yeetus?
Yes. I need your help. Do you have like glue or something? We broke a crate.
No, I got scotch tape though.
You know, that might do the trick.
It's clear.
It's clear.
Why is there wax all over that crate? Is it like a candle crate?
We're trying to fix it.
With a candle? I don't think that's how that works.
I can't hear anything. I'm still like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, tongue out it,
The
trying
hell
to get
is
the
he
piece
doing?
to put like perfect.
He's
I like
very determined to make that work.
I take like a
I
little
ought to
rock.
give him an A for effort.
Just-
His
I think I get
Snazzy's
mad.
one
I'm
of
like,
his better
fuck, and I
traits.
snap the piece that's like broke.
Now there's 2 pieces.
I'm sure that's not good.
It'll be fine.
Like you can see him mouthing like. He's all silent.
I really need to get the vending catcher.
So I like to find like a little rock or pebble on
Silence
the ground
ends and
and
all you
just
hear
kind
is,
of yeet it at him.
Yeah, I'll say that you're able to toss a little pebble at him.
So you just see like a little pebble just like graze your nose.
I think we're like 9 minutes on the silence spell now.
Yeah.
All right. I'll mosey on over unknowingly into the cone of silence, I guess. Like,
Yeah, you don't know it's
I
all.
was like,
Also, Fig doesn't want to take anything out of the crate, but he wants to slip something into the crate.
Like I think I'm still working on it. You're trying to talk to me. I'm like,
You know that guy we killed?
Stand right
in
next
Waterdeep,
to me, I'm
the,
like-
creepy necromancer-esque guy with some of those skeletons. He stole a necklace off him. He wants to put it in there.
You want to put the necklace in
The
there.
necklace of it was 13 years.
13 years.
Yep. He puts that necklace inside the crate.
Okay, you put the creepy ear necklace in the crate. Are you doing this
messed up.
without anyone else knowing?
Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Are you going to tell us about it? Okay.
Nope.
all right. So after
27.
Ooh, so close.
So close. Yes, a 27.
Yeah. You also have advantage because you're in the cone of silence still.
Oh. Well, it's still 27. So.
Great. So yeah, you slipped the necklace of ears in there with no problem. Okay, so what are you guys doing with the crate?
So I've got my bond anything needle that I whip out, and I'm like,
I look at the needle. I forgot what it was. I'm like,
Yeah, he whips up this golden needle, and you're like,
I'm looking at my clothes. I'm like, I'm like, whatever. And back up.
I'll take the needle to the wood, and the 2 pieces that he broke in half, I'm gonna try and suture those together first.
so at first the needle doesn't seem to want to penetrate through the chunk of the wood that he broke off, but you like concentrate a little bit, and suddenly the needle starts glowing, and then it immediately just moves through almost with just your mind. It sort of loops and does what it needs to do, and it basically casts the mending spell.
That's pretty
Nice.
That is pretty neat.
And then after I have the 2 pieces back together, I'll put it in there and then get it to.
And it does the same thing once you start concentrating. It begins moving and sliding and penetrating through, and you see this. It doesn't really have like an actual thread. It looks more like this ethereal sort of like cord that kind of follows it along, and you can actually see where it's stitching through as it moves real quick through piercing through the wood like like it's paper, like it's nothing, and you actually see the little sutures sort of like glow and then mend and then it bonds.
So as it's working and doing its thing, I'm gonna look over at Crispin.
I think about that time, I'm like, as I speak, I'm like, that's when the silence goes
yeah,
off.
it's gone.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I forgot we had that needle. I say it real loud.
Read the room, man. God damn it. Go do something somewhere else.
I'm like,
Cast it again. Cast it again.
I grab Crispin and we go outside.
and I just start making up prayers as we go. Like,
As you're
bless
you're
frog
reading, you still hear
Jesus.
the horse in there talking. And he's telling you, he's like, and then my granddaddy.
Hey, I'll talk to you later.
He doesn't even notice that you've left. He's
but I'm
just
coming
like,
with
that's
you.
fine.
Why you talk? We'll talk
No,
now.
it's okay, Crispin. Let's go.
I forgot we had that needle.
Me too, until like 10 minutes
Why didn't
ago.
Vic say anything to me about it?
You were in a silence, and he probably forgot about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So I just like grabbed you like arm in arm, and I'm just like dragging you away so you can like rant and rave in relative privacy and peace.
Did you take anything out of the box?
Nope.
A little restraint there.
He had other ideas.
So I think after I mend the crates, I'm gonna go up these stairs right here. It looks like it goes into the mess hall.
okay.
And see if like Crispin's outburst is drawing anyone to come down, or see if anyone I know is in the mess hall.
When you go into the mess hall, it looks like I'd say there's probably about half a dozen people in there. It's mostly humans, but there's a couple of dwarves and a couple of halflings here as well. It may be closer to 8 people. They look like they're just kind of enjoying the silence. There's one guy kind of sitting there just reading a book. He's over in the corner. And the other ones they're just telling stories about traveling days. The one guy you kind of get the impression that he probably was some kind of an adventurer at one point, or maybe tried, but then he took an arrow to the knee. He does kind of walk with a limp.
Okay. But it doesn't look like anyone was startled with Crispin's outburst or anything.
No.
Okay. Then I'll head back down and go. Where'd they go? Jesus.
Vic's still visible.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the room.
We probably would have walked around a little bit and then probably gone back inside unless there's anything you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, back to the room.
So you guys have done your exploring. You're heading back to your room. Okay. You're back in your room. What do you want to do?
I think we informed them of what we found in one of the crates.
Yeah.
after the pillow fight.
So now we'll be told about what was in the crate. We're going to share the note because somebody thought it was about me.
Who'd you kill?
It's not for me, it was for him.
Who'd you kill?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Inspiration.
Okay, wow. Were they, just one question. Were they like 3.5, 4.5 feet tall, green, jumpy?
The people he killed or the people that delivered a note?
People he killed. Hand is going towards the gun.
No.
You ever have frog legs for?
Nope.
Keep it that way. So people are after him because he killed some people. That's great. We just
Like, can we
grabbed a
see
bunch
the
of
note?
baggage.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
the table.
yeah, it's on the table.
So I'm gonna grab it and read it and see if I can see if anything, maybe anything sticks out on the, maybe a fingerprint, ink, fingerprint, whatnot. Can we distinguish any of the writing
Just you looking at it?
as of right now?
Okay. No, it looks like a note.
Vic's still invisible. He's gonna try and snatch it from his hand.
What
He's gonna look at it,
It's just gonna float in the air.
and then he's like, turns visible again. I saw this in a movie once, and he holds a flame underneath it. See if it reveals text, but it's probably just gonna burn the paper.
Did you just try to decorate
As
it
you're
with
getting ready to
shit?
put a light to it, there is something familiar about the handwriting to you.
Oh.
You've seen some documents that were written with this before when you broke into the cultist wagon.
Oh.
It's like the exact same handwriting.
Wait, he's about to burn it. I was like, wait a minute.
The only reason that you notice it was because it's a strange color of ink. It was written in this like very majestic sort of like purple color, and they signed their or they did their
Signed their name.
T's with a weird like little curl at the end of them, and you'd never seen anyone do that before.
I recognize his handwriting. Somebody in the cultist wagon wrote this.
You killed somebody in a cult?
Yeah, what the
Damn, I thought
fuck?
you said you weren't part of this.
I'm not aware of killing any cultists.
Do you know who you killed?
Don't take names.
You know, why not?
That's
He has a wand of
harmless.
magic detection. He'll
Well,
cast
that's feeling
detect
with that,
magic
I guess.
just in case.
There is nothing magical about the letter.
Well, if this is a cultist's handwriting, we should keep it in case we need to forge something later. But we should keep it in the bag of holding, because if they locate object on it to track us, then they won't be able to track it if it's in the bag of holding.
So
I know that spell, so I would know.
It's like, I want to use the spell, okay?
Okay. Notes.
Should we send a note back since we know it's them, or I mean,
Yeah, new broom, who dis?
Who does?
Put it in the crack in the wall.
Yes, I am single and looking to mingle.
I knew they were in my area.
Cultist note.
Wow, people out here are so friendly.
Definitely not for Lemmy.
they definitely not.
Yeah.
I'll also share with the group that the animals are unsettled for some reason. There's something wrong here. I haven't sensed it yet, but there's something wrong here.
I think it's gonna rain. That's what it is.
Animals are used to rain.
Yeah, but you know, like when it rains, you get all little, like, you know, your bones is a little achy, and
Yeah, but
you
like
get
I
excited
said,
to play in the puddles.
they should be used to rain. I think it's something else.
Well, I'm used to rain, but you know, it's unsettling sometimes. Did you ask them what it was that was coming? They didn't know.
They didn't know. They just said it was something unsettling, which is
That's
it
unsettling.
could be anything. So it could be anything from just I don't know something that they don't like, or it could actually be a problem.
Here, ask the colonel. He's an animal, right? That's how that works.
So I switched to Celestial. Hey, Colonel, do you have any ideas?
No.
Figured I'd ask. Thanks anyway, bud.
There are predators nearby.
Predators. What kind of predators?
Carnivores.
Like frog-leg carnivores, if I could hear that.
Celestial.
I feel like I heard frog-leg. It transcends languages.
That clock meant frog.
The word predator means frog legs in Celestial.
Do you
Yeah.
know where the predators are?
Below.
Below. I relay this to the rest of the group.
I will.
Did anybody see like any trap doors or anything leading below, or any tunnels, or?
Just go
I
back
didn't
out and
look.
look.
How
Well,
far we start to
shit.
drag
I
one of
mean,
the
Fig
large
can cast
chests over
invisibility again
in front of
on
the door.
himself or anybody else.
I can also
If
turn
somebody
into a
better-
spider.
Or it could be an invisible
That'd
spider.
No one will see you.
No one will see.
You move real slow, but
mean,
no
I got pretty
one
good
will
stealth.
see you.
Okay. I was gonna say, can I barricade the door?
There's no way to actually lock it. You would have to physically put furniture or
I
something.
know. I was gonna drag like the large chest over. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely
I'm
try
gonna start
that.
barricading the door as soon as she says below. Because we got this note. Now somebody's below.
You're the scariest cat bounty hunter I've ever seen in my life.
That probably mean, but we're on the second floor.
I'm beginning to
That's
wonder
what
if you
below
bounty
means.
hunted
Yeah,
anybody, or if
first
you're just
floor.
all talking to bad.
I'm thinking there's some below the animals that were on the first floor.
This is not Anakin
Or it
and
is
Obi-Wan.
the
This is not I have the high ground.
Or is it?
So Otis, you went in that other room. Is there anything interesting in there?
Man, there wasn't shit in there. The one door was locked though.
You
So maybe we go check the door that's locked. It might lead to somewhere that goes down below.
Could
be
do
a
that.
cellar.
Yeah.
and it's technically below us, so even if there could be something in there.
You guys are
Although it seems like a
nuts.
small room.
Well, I mean, that's what we're sitting here for, to figure out this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I couldn't find bog nuts anywhere, so
Maybe he's down there.
yeah, it seems like there should be a secret room somewhere. 'Cause he ain't outside, he ain't in here, he ain't with the horses, he ain't a mess hall.
Well, I didn't say he wasn't in here. You just don't know where he is.
Yeah, see, I can't find him, so he must
be
be
in
in
a
the
room.
secret room.
Every
Could be in the
room in
cellar.
this place Roadhouse is unlocked or can't be locked except for one door.
Well, I don't know. You didn't go check every single bedroom.
Well, from what we've seen, but
Yeah, true.
we're just taking guesstimation since our room doesn't lock that all the rest of the bedrooms.
I think it's a
unlock
fair
it.
assumption that the other bedrooms were unlocked because when we came, all the doors were open.
Yeah. We could like get a towel or something and act like we with room service and like knock on all the doors and see.
room service.
Go away.
Room's housekeeping.
What kind of place is this?
Can I lay my ear across the floor and like try to see if there's anything going on downstairs?
So you're on the second level, right?
Yeah, so I figured the floors are wood.
Nope. You don't hear anything.
Name horse.
Well, I mean, I can go check the other room. I don't think I'm that good with like picking locks besides shooting them.
Come with you.
That's kind of loud.
Usually you turn in Spider, and we have that little glory hole next door to the cultist.
So you want me to turn into a spider that would squish immediately and go into a room full of cultists?
That sounds about right.
You know, now when you say it that way.
I mean, up until the squishing part, that sounds like a really solid plan.
I mean, they don't have to squish you. You don't know.
Maybe they like spiders.
Maybe they like spiders. Maybe you could turn
Turn
to
into
like
a snake.
a dragon
I
that's
can't
really tiny.
do
I'm a
that.
snaky snake. I'm a snaky snake.
I can't do that.
Could you turn into like a really tiny dragon the size of a spider?
I wish I could do that.
I am tiny Tiamat.
Tiny Tiamat. Breath weapon does 1 fire damage.
Roar!
Let
What
me get
can you
back to you on
turn
that.
into?
Well, it depends on the day.
Normal sized Tiamat.
Can you turn into a mouse?
Depends on the day.
easier.
Today I can turn into a black bear, a cat, a giant frog,
Ooh.
a panther, a racing horse, or a spider.
I don't know. I think the black bear. That's really stealthy.
Yeah.
It's like
Just
You
on
could do
its
the
tippy
giant
claws.
frog. We could get you a little top hat.
Like
and you could Warner Brothers it in, you know, like or the WB where he's doing the little song and dance in there. No one will ever know it's you.
So does the hat of
baby.
disguise work if
You-
I'm wearing it as an animal so I could actually do that?
In this instance, I mean, I would allow it.
You may be missing an opportunity because if you're a giant frog, you could convince Otis that you are the embodiment of Frogitas.
I
and
have
then
He already believes
accidentally
that.
done that.
absolutely tell him to do
I think he
anything.
already kind of thinks she might be.
Yeah.
So-
She was a sparkling frog one encounter.
Yeah.
I turned into a giant frog, and then I was concussed, and I tried to turn into one of my celestial shapes, and kind of got stuck halfway between each.
So it's a sparkly frog.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, a panther would be stealthy-ish.
Yeah.
Comes right through the hole. Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, a spider is the stealthiest option I've got currently, and it's like an actual like spider size, like tiny spider.
Well, maybe you can
size.
poke through the hole and see if like there's a bunk bed right there. That way you can just crawl like underneath the bed, behind a leg, and maybe eavesdrop a little bit.
I could try it.
No, I'm just kidding.
That being said, if they squish
We're
me,
looking through the. Otis is looking like we're going to need a new teammate.
if they squish me, I'm going to immediately turn back into myself in a room full of cultists.
But you won't die.
Not immediately though.
We can fix you.
I'm pretty sure that note
I
was
got a
not
bond
written for
anything
you.
needle.
mend
Yes,
anything.
but if a druid suddenly appears in the middle of a group and has obviously been spying on them,
That doesn't necessarily mean you were spying on them. You could have just been passing
Park
through.
my car.
You're like, I was stretching my legs.
All of them.
All 8 of them.
8 of them.
I prefer this form.
You know where the gym is?
Just creep them out, you know? They don't know that you're not related to Driders.
oh my god,
They don't know that.
that's one can of worms I'm not getting into.
I worship the Spider Queen.
Talking spider.
Ooh.
Okay,
am Wolf.
so maybe I'll turn into a spider and eavesdrop later. Do we want to try to get into that locked door, or are we gonna just leave it?
Why not? We just say that we was looking for.
That was her way of
Bathroom.
saying she's not turning into that spider.
Yes.
Come on.
I can only do that so many times. I gotta make sure I'm doing it.
It's like when your mom tells you, oh, maybe we'll go to the park later, but you're not going to the park.
I forget. You're doing that voice. I'm like the fucking teddy bear.
Well, why don't you come with us to the locked door? If we can't get it open, you could spider under it, and we just carry you up here. You spider under the other door, so you use.
That's kind of what I was
Only
thinking. I
one
turn into a
charge.
spider and ride around on your guys' shoulders.
Yeah. Now, if you bite me, I will shoot you. Just so you know.
I'm very proud of you. I know that you have a thing against spiders.
But
Oh,
Otis
I
doesn't.
forgot. Sorry.
Otis doesn't.
But Otis is fearless and loves all
And probably-
eight-legged,
probably
crawly
zero.
things.
Yeah. Speaking of, you got one right there. See that?
Oh
Where?
yeah. He's floating around. That's a gnat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely in that. Maybe the spiders
Look
that
like a
live here will
spider.
get
It's
it.
the Wright
but
brothers of spiders. He's just testing his flight.
They grow wings now.
Yeah.
They
they'll
evolve.
never catch me.
We have evolved.
Wow.
Okay. let me look.
To them, we're like Godzilla. Just
There
like
are
the
those
airplanes.
little Carolina spiders that can parachute like the wind carries.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Those
don't go to
things.
Australia. Those motherfuckers are like the size of
Like
Yeah,
horses.
mixing bowls.
I could turn into a giant spider, not today, but I could turn into a giant spider.
Look, we want
You don't
those
have
to
to.
keep playing with us. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to.
I know. I'm
All
not
right,
going
I
to.
mean,
I'm
whatever.
just telling them.
I need-
Maybe centipede.
Yeah,
I'm not trying.
centipede's great.
Nah,
You got me.
nah.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, Fig.
Ah,
Mind if I catch a ride?
How about an earthworm?
sure.
And then I turn into a spider and like hop on his shoulder.
If we ripped you in half, would there be 2 of you?
Angry spider
Earth-
noise.
Only
Oh wait, no,
one
I
way
can
to
talk.
find out.
An earthworm. True. Okay.
I feel like you're small. How loud is your voice now?
Probably Fig can hear me. That's probably
Yeah.
pretty much it. Because I'm like
I think it's
sitting on
good
his
hearing. He has
shoulder.
big ears.
Yeah, it's basically just the message
Eek.
spell.
This is your conscience. Stop stealing.
He never listened to that.
I know better than that.
It came up a long time ago.
Stealing is bad.
Stop
Give me the
burning
lamp.
things. Stop stealing.
Well, most of the time, Fiora doesn't really care that he's
And
stealing.
we don't set our friends on fire.
Okay.
Alright, that one I'll
Yeah.
listen to. Alright.
That doesn't sound like it.
All right. Well, I think we maybe like stealth down to the door.
Sure.
You know, be a little bit squeaky quiet.
I will be in the back.
You're coming with us?
I don't want to.
We don't have to.
You mean it?
Well, yeah. Are you quiet? You don't look quiet. You got a purple coat on.
I do have pretty good dexterity, but that does not mean I'm quiet. What are
Well,
you
you
doing?
stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay, fine. I'll stay up here. I'll stay up here and guard.
Not quiet.
Not quiet.
Yeah.
Good call.
I squeak at Fig and tell them that my bird's gonna stay there. If it freaks out, then.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, also the bird has a telepathic connection with me as long as I'm within like a certain range. So if you guys tell the bird a thing, it can tell me the thing. So
Okay. So who is stealthing this?
I think us too.
Stealth
Yep.
it?
I'm not sure if I count or not because I'm sitting on someone's shoulder as a spider.
You don't have to make a stealth roll. No one knows you're there.
I rolled 24.
It surprised me.
Ooh, not 20.
Nice.
Just no bush.
So a 29. I love Rogue.
24, 29?
That's pretty good.
You are successful in your stealthing.
Okay. Then I believe we go to the door and Fig will try to unlock it. Is there any like light? Can we tell if there's any light coming from the door or anything?
No, it's dark.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
You're trying to unlock this door? Let's see.
Yeah.
Do you want me to try first?
Before he does it, I crawl along the door and see if there's like a gap large enough for me to like pop through.
Oh yeah.
It's
Do
probably safer.
Yeah. Do I see anything? I have a dark vision of 30 feet, if that matters.
Barry one of the bottom. That one's pretty sweet. It's good.
You're going into the locked door, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
And probably up on the wall. Well, peeking first.
So you just went underneath the door?
Mhm.
Okay.
You see that there is a crate, an empty crate nailed onto the door that covers it. So when the door is open, the whole crate will definitely tip forward to show that anyone's been in here.
Okay.
Clever.
I'm gonna come back out and I'm gonna tell Fig that.
Okay, I won't open the door.
And then
I'll see if I can see anything else.
I'll go back.
As you're looking around in this room, you hear scuffling coming from underneath of the floor.
Uh-oh.
And it sounds like there's a trapdoor squeaking open.
I like. Oh shit. Okay, what's the room layout? Are there any other crates aside from the one against the door?
Yeah, there's some of the crates. Some of the ones that are marked with that same thing that the cultists marked them with are.
Okay, so sensing that someone's about to come up, I'm gonna go back across underneath the door to Fig, who's probably right on the other side. It's like, run! Someone's coming.
Did we all go or just those two?
I think
Just
Just
the three of us.
Okay, the two,
And
the
then
three smaller
I'm gonna
ones.
try to
Yeah,
climb
we
onto
stay.
like the
Yeah, we're
wall
not
on the
the
side.
non-stealthy.
So I'm staying behind. Well, hopefully Otis and Fig leave.
I think Otis is gonna leave, but Fig's just gonna turn himself invisible again. Because he's
how many
curious
times
to
can
see.
you cast that?
As many times as I have pack slots.
What? Cheater.
So you're out now.
I would be out if I didn't have the one ability. It's the magic cunning. As long as I spend at least a minute, I can get up to one spell slot back per long rest. Pack slot, specifically pack slot.
Okay,
I have one
so-
more cast, but
So you're invisible. You're still a spider.
yeah, there's somebody coming, and Fiora told us to run, but Fig turned himself invisible, so I don't know what Otis is gonna do.
Where are we?
We're right outside the locked door.
You guys are in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
So-
room.
So
I-
there's someone coming from the locked doors room?
Crust, too.
I basically popped out, told you guys to leave, and then I'm crawling up on the wall so I can try to see what's going on while you hopefully leave and Fig does
Door
whatever he's
slams
doing.
open, smashes.
Yeah, the door was booby trapped to where if it opened, it would drop something and sound basically like a.
There was a box
makeshift
laying
alarm.
against it. That way, if you opened it, it fell down.
I see.
I was going
So-
to turn into human, move it, and let everyone in, but I didn't have the chance.
Okay. Alright, I have to take this. I'm gonna sit down at the table, act like I belong, and I'm gonna drink moonshine.
That's not perfect.
That's right.
So you're everybody back at the room, or you stayed on the wall,
Those two.
and you're
stayed.
invisible.
Yeah.
And he's
he
drinking.
came back up and told us.
No, he's in
No,
the,
he's in the
hall.
room
Oh.
drinking like he belongs there.
Gotcha.
He's just chilling.
Nothing to see here.
Can Fig, when he's invisible, try and put like a mug or something right in front of the door to try and trip whoever walks out of the door if they don't notice it? He's not gonna actively try and trip somebody though. He just wants to try it because he wants to try and slip past the door. He wants to give himself enough time to get that far.
See if there's a broom laying there, just like laid across there where they.
I figured the mug would be more excusable since Otis.
Fucking mug.
Since Otis is barely drinking